What is up, Rad Potential YouTube? I'm Mr. Rad, and I have collected the rarest of rare RX8 parts and RX8s in order to combine all of them into one car. So let's take a look at everything I've got, including this beautiful R3, my Nordic Green Series 1 with the giant turbo, and I imported some parts from Europe from one of the even more rare RX8s that we didn't get here. So let's get right to it. And remember, live a life you don't need a vacation from. All right, guys, I'm collecting the rarest RX8 parts that I can find to build the ultimate RX8, which is unfortunately just the green one. We're not actually going to do anything with the 40th or with the R3 besides use them for parts. But I did score some really trick parts from outside of this country. So I have a Patreon member who lives in the United Kingdom, and upon my research into super rad RX8 parts, I came across the ProDrive PZ RX8, which is a Series 1 RX8. I think it was 2008. They only made 800 of them. They have a special rear wing and special mirrors. They also have some special interior bits, suspension tuning, sway bars, stuff like that. This is a ProDrive wing and ProDrive mirrors, straight from the UK. And I am so pumped. I normally don't do unboxing videos, but one, just make sure that these got here in one piece. And two, when I park my RX8 next to everyone else's RX8, especially at the tail of the Dragon, where there's usually a good bit of RX8s at Deals Gap Rotary Rally. If you've never been to Deals Gap Rotary Rally, I think it's in April of this year. Maybe the dates haven't been released yet, or I'm not supposed to tell you the dates yet, but the dates will get released. Come to Deals Gap Rotary Rally. We're going to 7 Stock as well. That's also a really good event. But Deals Gap Rotary Rally is insane. It's my favorite weekend of the year, basically. I mean, like, there's some other good weekends, but it's the best. This was like a wild hair idea that I came up with. Found a car for sale with the parts I needed. He drove 3 hours in the UK, which is basically to another country, it's in Europe, and picked this stuff up for me, and then we shipped it here. Didn't have to pay any crazy tariffs on it. I was kind of worried about that. If you know what the ProDrive wing looks like, you're going to be so excited to see this because it looks just like a stock one, but it is different. Yes, you made it here. Yes. Woo! Is there anything else important in there? Doesn't look like it. Look at that wing! Alright, so it's not excessively different. Notice it's like kind of like a stock wing. It definitely has a lot more, you know, shape to it. We're actually making downforce with this one. I'm pumped that the center just rests on the car and uses, oh, nice. Alright, well, before I mock this up on the car, let me just set that. And check this out. PZ! And then this side says ProDrive. So I'll probably have to, I can bet I can remake those brackets. Dang, compared to the R3, I was really stoked on the R3 wing, guys, but okay. Now, the real deal kicker right here are the mirrors. Yes! Mega! Alright, check this out. So it's like a, let's just go up here and look. Alright, so we're going from this style stock mirror to this. Oh, it's gonna look so good. Look at that. Oh, Nick, we can fix that. Dang, we're gonna have to paint around this sticker. It says Haggis exclusive line, limited edition. Or I'm gonna have to take a picture of that sticker. I guess there's like serial numbers on these too. This is insane. I'm so pumped. This is such a just spur of the moment thing where I was like, oh, I wonder if I can get these, and we can get them. So the real worry I've got, these mirrors are set up for right-hand drive, UK's right-hand drive, and I hope I can get enough adjustment out of them to actually make them functional on my car, which is left-hand drive. But we'll manage. All right, guys, so drop in the comments below. What combination of the rare parts would you use? But put this picture in your head. We got the R3 wing. You can see it's got these little go fast grooves right here. It's definitely a lot more like flat through the middle, which is super rad, versus the stock Series 1 wing, which we'll go look at here in a second. Data point. All right, cool. And then we have the stock Series 1 wing. Definitely Not making any downforce with this wing. We just have a wing at this point. Look at that. Pretty boring. All right. And the real win. It's going to be hard for me to like show you this, but we just set her down on here. The PZ. Oh, yeah. You guys are probably, oh my gosh, it looks the exact same. Well, here's what you can't tell. Oh, there you can see it. See how the wing kind of flares up? That's sick. It also doesn't touch on the ends, and it only uses like the inner bolt hole. This is how we really should run this, guys. This is how this should really go. I should just mount that up on top of that like that. Oh, this is gonna be sick. I love it. I was pretty dead set on trying to find one of the R Magic like FD looking wings that goes back here, but they're so expensive and they're just hard to find. And the couple I saw in person, like at 7 stock, they fit really nice. So I really like, okay. Short rant. You're gonna have to hear it because this is just annoying to me. And I feel like the guy who I'm gonna reference right at this exact moment would appreciate this. I have been following Garage S0, Mr. Tommy F. Yeah, for a long time. He is the king of GTRs in the United States, in my opinion, because his attention to detail, I feel like we would just get along real well because we're just straight to the point, no BS kind of guys. I hate his term, OEM plus. It gets misused so much because what I am doing, okay, the bodywork stuff, the R3 panels on the Series 1 with the Pro Drive mirrors, with the Pro Drive wing, the body of my RX8 is OEM plus. This, I would call this an engine swap, but I wouldn't call it an engine swap because it's still a 13B and it's still a 13B powered car, all right? It's like when you take an RB25 out and you put an RB26 in it, they just bolt right in, GTR guys, right? However, this is not at all what I'm calling an OEM plus build. This is just a custom build. People will be like, oh, you know, I got R Magic whatever wing or fancy whatever's, it's OEM plus. Not because his thing is OEM plus is you use all Mazda stuff. So like I would have to only use OEM Mazda, like put twin turbos on it from an FD or whatever. So I don't know, short rant, but my quote, OEM bodied with all the good stuff, RX8 is going to be sick. And I'm fired up. I don't even know why I decided to say all that, but just imagine. Okay, whoosh. Paint this whole car green. Insert the sickest mirrors ever onto this deal. Oh, so good. And then insert the cool wing. The crazy part is, I know I'm going to part out basically this and the 40th. Okay, the R3 is getting parted out, guys. Sorry about you. Taking it apart. It's really rusty underneath. I'll show it to you. However, I am going to paint the Pro Drive wing. I'm not going to paint an original wing Nordic green. I don't care enough. And I'm going to paint the R3 wing Nordic green as well. So this wing will get painted to match. So then I can change back and forth. Since they mount in the same way, it wouldn't be hard for me to swap the wings around if I wanted to have one look versus the other. But I really think these little touches, I'm telling y'all, we're going to roll in Deals Gap with the nicest RX8 basically on the planet, in my opinion. Nordic green, all the rare parts, REW swap. You know, probably the most money somebody stuck in an RX8 besides like the Speed Source 3-rotor guys back in the day racing those cars. And it's gonna look like an RX8, but it's not gonna look like anyone else's RX8, and that's what I love about it. That was my whole goal. So I don't know where this fits in with what video, but basically, thank you so much, Charles, for sending that stuff over here. It's gonna look sick on this machine. Maybe the cheat code for all y'all RX8 guys out there is 2 wings, but I don't know where I'm going in this video, but we're going. Time to do some Cannonball disguising my green RX8. So we're kind of transitioning, but not, just because I was working on this while I was filming it, and peeling stickers off is probably the worst thing ever. And I cannot wait to paint this car because it's too many shades of green. It's crunch time for 7 stock. This video is just going off the rails here with any sort of actual purpose, but I've decided, as in I've been influenced by people I met at 7 stock last year to bring rare and obscure parts to the show. Y'all just saw my rare and obscure parts. Now, I'm not going to put the red R3 bumpers and everything on my green car because we kind of need to maintain a low profile. However, I do need to unstripe this, and it's way easier to take the stripe off with the wing off. But I'm confident that I'm going to break the bolts for the stock wing whenever I take the stock wing off. And then I just kind of ichronometered this up, and my fancy PZ wing here, thank you ProDrive, only mounts with one stud. Okay? Just one. Just one. Now, we're not going to do anything, you know, high rate of speed. I don't want this to fly off, though. But it would be so cool to bring it to the show. So I think I'm going to take the stock wing off. We're going to pull the stickers off, and I'm going to try to put this on. I mean, I've got to drill the hole anyways. It's only held on by one. I don't really know the better way to do it. I mean, I think I just put it on there and we roll. I mean, I don't think it's really going to go anywhere, but I don't want to lose my wing. I just got it from the UK. It is going to look sick on here, though. Oh, there is a hole. Sick. This thing does not seem stoked. It's just a plastic clip. I think we just... I mean, oh yeah. You know, we're painting it anyways. We're painting it anyways. So, I'm going with it. Okay, PZ, ProDrive. Them cats are smart. I figured they're not going to go drilling holes and everything. Please tell me that this lines up. All right, nailed it there. Oh, it's so close. It's so close to lining up. Why did you guys make a new hole? Oh, but this is going to look so good. I don't even think... Yeah, I kind of do need to drill a hole. Actually... So I was able to just slot the holes a little bit. I don't know where the clip went of me reacting to the PZ wing, but it looks sick, and I love this thing, and hopefully it doesn't fly off. So from here, all my stripes, it's such a pain to peel off orange stickers that have been on your car for 5 years and sit out in the sun. So I'm covering them up with black, such that at 7 stock, I can take the black back off, and y'all can see what my RX-8 has looked like for the longest time. So last year we covered them in electrical tape. This year, black vinyl. Fuel pump, transfer, functional. Kind of knock the spot back in here, but 52 gallons in the big tank. Continue packing this thing for spares. So we're ready to go. Just put a new serpentine belt on it. I got another one as a spare. Getting closer. Got the spare tire in here, and perfect time for a little Mr. advertisement, a very short one, because I'm packing some spare IGN1A Haltech coils for the crazy road trip they're about to go on. I mean, I guess if you guys are watching this video, you know what's happening. We're doing a Cannonball run. All right, now this video is coming out after the Cannonball run, so if you're seeing it, we successfully completed the run. However, I'm not going to drive 6,000 miles with aftermarket parts that aren't available at parts stores without bringing spares. So I've converted basically all of my vehicles to run on IGN1A coils. You can get these with a discount, Mr. Rad 5 at tunedbyshawn.com. I'm sure you're probably tired of hearing me say that, but it is Black Friday. You don't have to buy a crazy ECU or spend thousands and thousands of dollars. You can still take advantage of those discounts for something simple as a Haltech IGN1A coil, or 4 of them. If you just want one spare to throw in the glove box, I've never really had one fail, but on this trip, if one fails, that's a big L for Mr. Rad. So, taking these, stash them right down here, right next to my spare alternator and my spare set of spark plugs in the back of the seat map pocket. In. I'd be curious when we get back from this trip, I should weigh this car, because it was 3,000 pounds before I put 400 pounds of fuel in the back, a spare tire, which is probably another 50, tool kits, floor jack, 5 gallons of oil and coolant, 3 gallons of premix because we're going to burn so much oil. Yeah. She's riding low. Not on purpose. That R3 sure does look good. Alright guys, I am prepared for this journey across and then back across and then back across the country. But that still doesn't mean that the RX-8 journey is complete, and that's ultimately why I'm here at the end of this video, or what's going to be the end, but I'm probably going to ramble for a second. But buckle up, because I got a serious question for you guys. I have been collecting the rarest RX-8s. We got the PZ wing, we got the PZ mirrors, y'all saw those go on. The green car, ready for its Cannonball, okay? The green car has the REW swap. 400 horsepower, we've set this thing up to make a serious amount of jam. However, I did just pick up this R3, and I only need one RX-8. Okay, I don't need to have a stock R3. I'm not here to make like 2 videos about it and call it a day. And I'm also not here to just sell it, because honestly, to me, trust me, I love RX-8s, but a stock RX-8 is boring to me. I would rather have a fast one, which is what we've been building, right? Turbo buzz, we're amping up the RX-8s, and I've been daily driving the RX8 R3 for the last bit, and it's a great car. It's a great car. I love it. I still love RX-8s. You know, you just... speed is a matter of perspective, and you want to be fast. So here's my predicament. As much as this R3 looks perfect, okay, from the outside, these cars are plastic, meaning the skirts are plastic, the bumper's plastic, the rear bumper's plastic. It's very hard to see rust when you have all this sexy bodywork on here. And I'll put some pictures up on the screen, but this car is rusty. And I could fix this and put my REW engine in here. We've talked with Sean, you know, we can figure out the Series 2 stuff. But I'm just not that in love with the Series 2 after driving it. I think the credit card key thing is really annoying. I don't like the touch point of the whole like turn the knob in the key column. I just hate that. It's so weird. I'd rather just have a key. Y'all probably saw, if you're in the RX8 groups, I made a post like, hey, can I take this part, the push button easy access, from a car with push button easy access? Notice the Nordic green, it's an 04, it doesn't have that. But the 40th, okay, it's an 08, it's Series 1, has that on it, right? And can I put that into my Series 1? Like, how good of an RX-8 can we build now that I have all the good RX-8s here, okay? So, for sure, what's going to happen? I'm still torn on Series 1, Series 2. I really don't like it, but I do think that car, I don't know, it has less miles. I could fix the rust, or we paint my car. And I really want a hard top, like slick top car. Basically what I'm getting at is, I need to choose a chassis to put all my good RX-8 parts in. Do we choose the R3 chassis, because it's an R3, and I don't have to swap the roof? Do I cut the roof out, take all the R3 bodywork, and put it on this, the Nordic green car I've had for years? I love this color. It is rust free. The underside of this car is cherry. It's in really good shape. So do we take everything from that, put it on this? Regardless, the drivetrain of the vehicle is going to be the REW engine, okay, with big horsepower, all the fancy goodies that we just put in the green car. That's the drivetrain. That's the best drivetrain we've got. Everything else, you know, gets sold or gone or whatever. And then the interior, I bought the 40th anniversary specifically for the interior. So it has this really sweet Cosmo red. It's hyper rare. Like, you obviously only came in a 40th, but this on Nordic green is going to look fire. And that's the ultimate thing, guys. Regardless, no matter what, I'm painting the R3 Nordic green, or we're putting all the R3 stuff on my green car, and it will be green. So, what do we do? Do we fix the R3, the rust, and have a Series 2? Because that would be kind of cool. There's things I don't like about it. There's things I always don't like about it, which I just expressed, but they're kind of minimal. The easy access thing is nice. You know, is that going to give me fits in the future? I have no idea. I do know that my classic 04 is just a beast. And it's just a good car, and it has been a good car to me. I know how tight every nut and bolt is on that chassis, and that's kind of why I think I'm going to keep that one around. Buzz is not on the chopping block here. Buzz is going to stay, you know, maybe we'll paint it one day, maybe not, but Buzz is staying the turbo Renesis like development car. We're still going to build those turbo kits. I just have to get done with this section of the journey. But what would you do? Comment below. Like, seriously, blow up the comments. What's the best RX-8 you could think of having every RX-8 that you could ever imagine? Like, color aside, for me, I'm stuck on Nordic green. But aesthetics, you know, OEM, I hate calling it OEM Plus because it's not OEM Plus, but OEM bodywork, OEM interior with the giant turbo REW setup in the engine bay. So that's where I'm at. I'm stoked to start taking cars apart. The funniest thing is that right now, all 4 of my RX-8s run. I could start that, the green one runs, and the R3 runs. And I'm fixing to take apart 3 of them to make 1 car. And I could not be more excited for it. Like, driving this one around and seeing the Series 2 bodywork, I wasn't real keen on it at first, but the R3 front bumper just really sets it off versus a stock front bumper, if you know. And imagining this in Nordic green with change up the headlights a little bit. And I've been trying to figure out a taillight solution because I hate these taillights. I just, oh, they feel so Fast and Furious Mitsubishi Eclipse with the tribal graphics. That's what this taillight reminds me of. And you know, they are dusted and there's some LEDs burnt out. So I've got to either fix these, sell these, or just buy some good ones. And I do think, you know, comment below. This is it. Roast RX-8s. What do you like on RX-8s? What do you not? I like the balance of this taillight with how much red it has to then silver and black versus that taillight has a lot of black and does not have a lot of red. I know it's got these red rings, but the red is more of an accent color, and I want to change that up. It's got to be different. So with that, that's the end of this video. Literally, I'm editing this, uploading it, and then gonna drive 6,000 miles in an RX-8. So, you know, don't call me an RX-8 enthusiast, but I've got a lot of miles in the seat of an RX-8, and we're about to do some more. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching the videos. Hopefully, see a bunch of you guys at 7 Stock come up, say hello, do the thing. Chuckles will be with me as well, co-driving the Cannonball, and, you know, wish us luck. You'll see if we have any sort of crazy issues, and ideally, I've got everything packed up, racked up. We should be ready to go. Topped off with fluid. I got 3 gallons of premix. We're set. So get fired up for a crazy adventure, and I will see you guys in the next one. Remember, live a life you don't need a vacation from, and keep it rad. Also, huge thanks to the Patreon guys. I'm working on some new merch. The Patreon always gets first dibs on the merch, so it's going to get ordered. They'll be able to put in their orders. Go check it out. You can, like I said, be a Patreon member for free just to see all that stuff, or you can be a Patreon member, support the channel, which would be huge. So, and there's different tiers. They get to see different things. But with that, that's the candid double ending. Honestly, y'all saw the picture. I hate rust. I kind of already have a plan in my head, and the plan in my head involves the RX-8 enthusiast in me wants to keep the rare one. But the personal attachment that I have to this car wants me to fix this car. Peace, guys.